Hi, welcome to Prakriti Sports Science and Physiotherapy Clinic. This is part 4 of my talks on how joints age, what is early arthritis, why you might suddenly develop knee pain, and what you can do to take care of this or to prevent or delay this. If you haven't listened to the first 3 talks, please listen to them before listening to this one. I'm going to link all of them down here below. How does the articular cartilage remain healthy? The articular cartilage covers the surfaces of the bones that make up the knee joint, and remember I told you it has no blood supply. So all the nutrition for this articular cartilage is supplied by the synovial fluid, which is also a part of the knee joint. But to supply nutrition to each and every part of the cartilage, the synovial fluid also has to reach each and every corner of this articular cartilage, and this happens when the knee joint moves fully through its full range of motion. And for the knee, that means a full bending and a full straightening, or what we call a full flexion and a full extension. In a weight-bearing position like walking, this articular cartilage behaves like a sponge, absorbing and secreting all the synovial fluid and soaking up all the nutrition from it. So 2 movements are required to keep the articular cartilage well nourished and healthy. One is a full range of motion, like I said, full bending and full straightening of the knee. And the other is a weight bearing position, which means something like standing or walking. Wouldn't it be great if we could achieve a full range of motion in a weight bearing position, like a full squat? Then that means that you have fed each and every nook and cranny of that articular cartilage with good nourishment. If throughout life and every day we used our knee joint as it was actually meant to be used, then we could keep that articular cartilage healthy for longer. But though this sounds really easy or simple, who actually does these kind of activities? I don't even see children do this anymore. So over large periods of our life, we fail to do even the basic movements which can keep our joints healthy. So since we are talking very specifically about the knee joint in this series, I'm now going to give you an example of knee pain. Let us say a 32-year-old male has come to me with knee pain, and his history would be something like this. He will start by saying, when I was in college, I used to play cricket or tennis, or I used to run, or I used to play squash, or any of these. I used to play something when I was in college. Then I got a job and I became really busy. I used to travel a lot. I used to work really long hours, and I had no time for exercise or for any sport. So basically for the last 5 years, I have been sedentary. 6 months ago, I began an exercise program. Nothing really aggressive, nothing different, just a simple exercise program. I have been very regular over the last 6 months and I have had no pains. Suddenly, 2 weeks ago, I developed knee pain. I haven't increased my exercises. I haven't added any weights. I don't know how this knee pain came suddenly. This is what my answer to this 32-year-old would be. Yes, in college you were an athlete. But after that, when you got busy, for close to 5 years, you were pretty sedentary. Which means that it is possible that you failed to do even the basic movements required to keep your knee joint and particularly the articular cartilage healthy. It is possible that your articular cartilage had some minor defects without you knowing it because you didn't feel the pain because this cartilage has no nerves. 6 months ago, you decided to start an exercise program for whatever reason. And maybe as part of that program, you did squats, lunges, a little strengthening exercises for your legs, and maybe a little bit of running. And nothing wrong in any of these. These are really normal part of any exercise program that you would begin with. But if your articular cartilage had a few defects, you wouldn't feel the pain or you wouldn't know that something is wrong, and you could have begun and continued this exercise program without any problems. Also, because you haven't exercised for 5 years, there are many other things that could be wrong with your knee joint. Maybe the muscles on all 4 sides of your knee joint are not equally strong. Maybe the forces going through your knee joint are not well centered. Maybe that your form is not great. Maybe you do the first 5 or 6 reps really well, but after that you become a little unsteady on your feet. Maybe the menisci, which are the 2 cushions on the 2 sides of your knee joint, they have minor injuries or minor tears. And now that means that the forces going on your articular cartilage are not evenly distributed. maybe one or two of the ligaments that hold the bones together and they prevent hypermobility. Maybe one or two of these ligaments are slightly lax or overstretched or sprained in your knee without you knowing this. All this could happen without you knowing this. Now, if the ligaments are sprained, then there's a little more grating movement in your knee joint whenever you stand and exercise or exercise in weight bearing positions. So there are several things that could be silently wrong in your knee joint which are leading to more articular cartilage damage or wear and tear or early arthritis. And one fine day, 6 months later, you develop knee pain. And that is all for today. There are a few more reasons why you might develop sudden knee pain without an obvious injury. But since in this series of talks, I'm only covering the articular cartilage and early arthritis, I think this is it for now. There'll be 2 more videos in this series. In the next one, I will talk about what exactly is early arthritis. And in the last one, I'll wrap up with what are the steps you can take or what exercises you can do to prevent or to take care of this. Please, as usual, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Stay tuned for the new video which will come really soon. Bye and stay safe.